JettMDK LMLOP, and the latest.
Oh, breaking news from NASCAR? All right. Thank you all. Thank you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our announcement during the off season. I am Steve O'Donnell, and first of all, I just want to say it has been an amazing season of NASCAR racing, record high TV ratings. I mean, we have been smashing it left, right, and center. And of course, we at NASCAR, we have been smashing it not only. Wait, when did Steve become black? But we've also been killing it in terms of our income, record-breaking sales. We are absolutely killing it, as you can tell by my gold watch. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. Anyways, we have always been looking at what is the next best thing that we can do in our sport. What is the way that we can take this sport to a whole new level, make it so that we can push the sport to be better than every single sport, not only in America, but in the world, and make NASCAR number one. And of course, the best way we want to give back here in NASCAR is to give back to the people that brought us in this position in the first place. The reason why so many people around the world love NASCAR. Finally be listening to fans? No, it's not fans. What? See, the beauty about living in the year of our Lord 2024, coming up on 25, is that we get to use the latest and greatest technology at our disposal. Introducing the newest and greatest technology to help push NASCAR into a new era. AI. Okay? All hail our newest AI creation. Her name? Suni. Now, Suni is an incredible new piece of technology. Instead of listening to our hardcore fans, we go to her because she has gathered hundreds upon thousands of data over the years detailing exactly what NASCAR needs to do. So, that whole thing about bots, that's true. Hell, not only that, but Suni can tell you anything that you want to hear that can help you navigate through life in general as a whole. Take a listen. For example, she has all the information about NASCAR. Hey Suni, who is the 2024 Daytona 500 champion?
William Byron.
Pretty good, right? Here's another thing. Hey Suni, how should NASCAR improve fan engagement for 2025?
Use AI. I can tell you more later, but we have everything under control.
Hell, even better, Suni can not only give you advice on how to make NASCAR better, she can also give you advice and knows everything about your life. Suni holds everything throughout the history, whether it's on the web or anything like that. Suni has got your back.
Speaking of web history, I have Chase Elliott's big strong biceps ready to publish. Shall I continue?
No. What the fuck? Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Jet. Welcome back to episode of Inside Lines. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, listen, I want to say this right now. I don't like making these videos, okay? I don't. Like, I'm pretty sure the last 4 or 5 videos have all been bad things around NASCAR, whether it's talking about the lawsuit or talking about some other just bad stuff. I'm on a bad streak. I don't like it. But my goodness, what is up with NASCAR? Come on, stop giving us bad stuff to talk about. Steve O'Donnell, he again opens his mouth, talking about, of course, with playoff format changes and what to maybe expect, what could happen to the future of the sport. And instead of listening to fans, listening to competitors, which if you talk to anyone in the NASCAR industry, whether it's driver, team owner, fan, whatever, at least 80%, I am sure, saying that this playoff format needs to change. Steve O'Donnell, instead of listening to them, decides, hey, you know what? We're going to take advice from AI. Quote, just around racing, the strategy that now goes into a race, how that applies to our formats of the future. I think AI can play a really big role in that. When we created even the stages or the playoff format, you did that with the best data you had and best minds you had, but now being able to plug in and work with AI in terms of, okay, if you tweak the playoffs this way, what should we be watching out for? Or how could that affect the sport? There's so much data and technology out there that you can now throw into a model. I think it's going to be very helpful in looking at some predictive analysis of where the sport can go in the future. And then there's a whole business side of things too. Now that was an excerpt from Adam Stern's Sports Business Journal. I'm pretty sure there will be a full article that comes out on a later date, but why? It's no surprise that this has been received extremely negatively by just everyone in social media, in the NASCAR community, Reddit, Twitter, everywhere. People is overwhelmingly negative. Even people within the industry, like Tommy Joe Martins, expressing his displeasure about hearing this quote. That the COO, someone very high up in NASCAR, is saying something like this is ludicrous. Now, nowadays, AI, I think, is being slapped on into everything. I'm pretty sure that's just a fancy way of saying all the data and research that we've compiled over the years in order to help create a model of what is the best thing for the sport. But my goodness, this takes me right back to what happened, I think, leading up to the championship race a few weeks ago when Denny Hamlin asked Mike Ford about the bots, and Mike Ford saying, oh, it's just bots, it's just bots. Now, he later clarified by saying how Twitter is filled with bots, but still, this now just reaffirms my viewpoint that NASCAR is looking more at AI, looking more at the bots that align with their viewpoint, align with their beliefs, rather than actually facing the music and what majority of the people are saying, that this playoff format is jacked up and needs to change. In some way, shape, or form, it needs to change because there is something fundamentally wrong with this format. And the fact that NASCAR still doesn't get it, it sounds like they don't get it, is mind-boggling. Now, I've gone into ChatGPT just to have some fun with it, and to be fair, when I entered in, how to make the playoff format better, they actually did give some suggestions by saying, get rid of the win in you're in, condensing the field size to 12 or even 14 instead of 16. So it did get some good ideas. But the issue with using AI as your way of determining what is best for the sport is a waste of time, because we know, the fans, the drivers, we know how to make the sport better. We know there is evidence of prior seasons where things were a lot simpler in NASCAR that it worked. I don't understand what I like to view it as this. The treasure chest is right here. NASCAR is here. They just got to walk over to this treasure chest. Instead of just walking, they like to go around half across the world, do this whole thing that's going on my LED lights, just go around loop-de-loops and stuff like that, making a whole pirate adventure traveling across the sea instead of just walking over to the treasure chest. Like, I don't understand what is it with NASCAR doing this and why come out with a statement like this. If anything, you should be talking to people. When you're in a situation like this, you should be talking to your fans. They know, they want to help NASCAR. That's the thing with us fans. We're not going to say something that is going to hurt the sport. No, we're going to say something that we feel like will help the sport. Now, I am kind of conflicted on that because while yes, you should also listen to fans, we are also the same fans that for some reason think having unlimited overtime attempts is a good idea. So maybe the fans don't know anything about NASCAR. But the point is, for something like this with the playoff format specifically, it's almost a universal thing that, hey, this format has issues, major issues that need to be solved. And for NASCAR, specifically for Steve O'Donnell to come out with a statement like this saying how, we're going to look at AI instead of actually looking and talking to the people is a big red flag. And finally, a little update on the lawsuit thing that's going on that we talked about in the last episode on how NASCAR, they were denied by the judge to have a delay on the transfer request of the charters from SHR to Front Row Motorsports and 2311 Racing. Now, the judge agreed on just blocking 2311s. They said because 2311 didn't make a statement having their charter transfer over to their side from SHR, at the moment, it was only going to be one SHR charter transfer over to Front Row. Now, there's a little bit of a change to that. Originally, 2311, they were going to file a request to have their SHR charter transfer over to their team, their third charter for 2311 Racing. But NASCAR said, you know what, let's just do this. To make it easier so we don't have to go through this whole process of them filing a request for their preliminary injunction and then NASCAR trying to appeal that and all that stuff. NASCAR says, okay, we will allow the transfer. 2311 can get an SHR charter. We'll allow that preliminary injunction to go through. However, when NASCAR appeals, 2311 cannot use as their agreement or as their argument say, well, NASCAR, you said that we can have our charter. 2011 can't do that. So that's basically how this process is going to go. Simply as this, NASCAR will allow for the transfer of the charter from Sewer House Racing to go to 2011 Racing, so that when NASCAR does file an appeal to block the preliminary injunctions to both teams, 2311 cannot go out and respond to that appeal and use as an argument, say, hey, NASCAR said that they okayed us to have an SHR charter. They can't use that as an argument. So this is just a way to speed up the process. So it's not like, okay, 2311, they try and file, NASCAR has to then file a response to try and block that. The judge has already basically okayed that he would side with 2311 Racing, so it just helps speed up the process a lot faster. So that's really the update that we have so far on this lawsuit. I really wanted to be talking about good stuff with NASCAR. Can we just let's get some good things going, all right? Let's get, hey, Denny Hamlin, Jordan, they're expecting their third child. Congratulations to them. Let's try and end this off on a good note, because I have been talking in the last few episodes a lot of bad stuff with NASCAR, and I do not like it. So congratulations to Denny Hamlin and Jordan on welcoming or on them on their announcement that they're having their third child. There we go. We're ending off on a good note.
You can't tell me now about time. Do you know how many lines I done put down, vibes I done sent out? But we ain't here to dig. I'll up the market till they come red carpet the kids. Success still the target. Soon I'll be crossing that bridge, but can't bring everybody with me. Family only. I got some people think I owe a favor, barely know me. That's why my focus on the road. It's all I know. I see them sticking close to play the wall.